So now you know the basics. You have enough to start practicing and enough to become more familiar with your iPad.
Well, now we want to give you some ideas of what you can do with the things that we have covered in this course.
We strongly recommend you take a look at the following courses as they really build upon what you learned in this course.
Yes, and these next courses will take you to the next level each step of the way, implementing the iPad into your classroom.
Okay, so let's talk about some next steps. First, it would be good to start getting familiar with all the apps that are included with the iPad.
This way, you can begin thinking about ways you can incorporate them into your classroom.
And that's a great point, Rich. Remember, you can't break your iPad by trying things out. Becoming familiar is that first step. Open things up and try them out within the apps.
You will learn a lot that way, and it is one of the reasons that the iPad doesn't come with a step-by-step manual. It's very intuitive.
For example, I think about the Notes app. There is so much that can be done using this, from classroom management, keeping a to-do list, recording a brainstorm with your students, and so much more for classroom use.
Well, if you have more than one iPad in your classroom, you could use the Notes app as a station. Group note recording with an entire class, or a way to catch up a student who was sick that day. The possibilities are huge with this app.
I agree, and I think in this case, with so many of the apps, this would be the same. Consider the camera app. You or your students could take photos of a field trip, science experiment, school play, student projects. The list goes on and on. These photos could then be shared with parents and students at the end of the year.
And that's just pictures. The video app could be used for recording those very same activities. And these video records could be used for reflection or even as formative assessment.
I love how educators have used the video app also for speeches, reading fluency, and classroom observation.
As you're looking through the apps that came with your iPad, consider keeping notes on the form that we have provided in the materials section of this course to help you think about how you would use each app.
We have given you some considerations and idea generators to think about as you browse through the apps.
Well, Jennifer, I think this form could even be used when meeting with your colleagues. There is nothing like brainstorming around technology use.
You have all that you need to get started. Download the form and start browsing today.
Join us in our Beyond the Basics course for the next steps. There's a lot more to learn and many ideas to explore.
We look forward to seeing you in the Beyond the Basics course.